I made a short the other day talking about how you choose what advice to take and what to leave as an author. And I mentioned in passing that one bit of advice that I don't take is to cut all adjectives. And somebody commented, but like if you include too many adjectives, then you're robbing the reader of the ability to imagine the setting themselves. And if you add too many, you might run the risk of sounding like Tolkien. And somehow that's a bad thing. And friend, J.R.R. Tolkien is the most popular fantasy author of all times. There are still millions of readers who read him every year and love him. And it's okay if you are not one of them. It's okay not to like a certain style of writing. But that doesn't mean every reader is going to dislike it. Also, the idea that having adjectives somehow robs the reader of the ability to imagine the scene. No, baby. Adjectives are words. And that means that it takes your imagination to turn that word into an image in your head. And a proof of this, an example, is if I describe a character as having a crooked grin. Crooked is, of course, an adjective, but it's an adjective that different people are going to imagine in a million different ways. Some people might imagine that a crooked grin means they grin out of the side of their mouth. Others might imagine that it means they have crooked teeth, or that they tilt their head a bit as they grin, or that they have a slightly off-center jaw. This could mean dozens of different things depending on how readers imagine it. I like to think of adjectives in writing like salt in cooking. Different people are going to want different amounts. Different people are going to be able to tolerate different amounts. But if you have too little, your food's going to be really bland. Like salt brings out the flavor of all the other ingredients. And if you have too much, yeah, your food is now inedible. The same thing with adjectives. If you have too few, your writing is going to come across as bland and rather shallow. If you have way too many, yeah, your writing's ponderous and hard to get through. But different people like different amounts, which is the point of the original video. People have different tastes when it comes to writing.